everyone, Sandra here at Homesteading Ways, and today I'm going to show you how to make extracts in your own kitchen at home. Okay, the first thing you're going to need is alcohol. I use vodka in all of my extracts, but you can also use bourbon, brandy, or even rum. Just remember, when you use the different liquors, they're going to impart some of the flavor into your extract. That's kind of why I use the vanilla, because it really does, the vodka, because it really doesn't have that much of a flavor to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is vanilla extract. A lot of people want to know how to make it, and it's so super easy. You just get yourself some vanilla beans. I'll put a link in the description down there where I get mine from, but you can get them in a lot of places. Just look around. I'm going to use 3. Now, depending on the size of your jar, you may want to use more or less. It just depends. I'm not making a huge amount this time, so I'm not going to use a lot. But I'm going to take a little paring knife here, and I'm going to slit down the middle of each bean. I'm not going to cut it in half. I'm going to just slit down the middle, kind of like, oh geez, I guess I didn't do it good enough. Let me try again here. Just so you split it. There you go. So that the inside comes out. You want to keep it connected there, but just do like that. And if you have a thick piece, you can do it again if you like, but I don't think it's a big deal. I'm going to put it in the jar. I'm going to do that with the rest of these beans. You don't have to scrape any of the vanilla out, nothing like that. Just keep it all in there. Put it in your jar. And if you want to cut these up into pieces instead, you can do that too. You don't have to do it this way. It's just you don't want to keep the bean completely whole. You want to make sure that the alcohol can get into the inside. That is almost 2 pieces. I'm going to push those down in there. Make sure your jars are clean, of course, and your hands. And then we're just going to add our alcohol here. You don't need to add anything else. The general rule of thumb is 1 part of your food or ingredients to 4 parts alcohol. And it kind of depends on how strong your item is and how strong you want it flavored. I'm not filling it up all the way, but I think that's plenty good enough right there. Extra lid. I'm just going to shake that around a little bit, and I'm going to let it sit now. For vanilla, you should let that sit at least 2 months. I like to do it about 5. It makes it super rich and just beautiful. And then I like to give it away as Christmas gifts. So sometimes I do this purposely, like in June or July, so I have everything ready for Christmas. The first week or 2, every day, just give it a little shake. But then after that, you know, if you do it a couple times a week, that'll be fine. You want to store this somewhere in the dark and cool. You don't want it anywhere where it's really warm. So, you know, if you have a pantry or a closet or something, just a cupboard, you know, that'll stay fairly cool and dark, then go ahead and stick that in there. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I already started, a lemon. Now, however you want to cut this up, what you want is the peel, but you don't want that white pith underneath. That is more bitter. So, if you have a good potato peeler, that might work. Mine didn't. Otherwise, you can take a knife like this and just cut it real thin. Or the grater I have here, I did a lot of it with the grater. It works pretty well. Just keep watching to make sure you're not getting any of the pith in there. Now, I did some of this ahead of time, so this is about a whole lemon and a half, maybe. So I'm going to put that in the jar and put it all in there. And it smells so good. But then again, so does the vanilla. And again, I'm going to add my vodka. With the vanilla, a lot of people like to use rum because they say it gives it a Caribbean flavor. That does sound kind of neat. I haven't tried it myself though. Okay, I could probably even add a little bit more if I wanted, but I'm okay with that for now. And you're going to do the same thing as you did with the vanilla. Shake it up every day for a week or two. This doesn't have to sit nearly as long as the vanilla to get that rich flavor, but I would say 2 months is still a good time for this. And then the last one I wanted to show you was ginger. Now, not everybody uses a ginger extract, and this is dried ginger. But the reason I'm showing you this is you can use the vanilla and the lemon and all sorts of food items for cooking and baking. But one of the reasons I do ginger is because ginger is a really good anti-inflammatory. And they recommend you to drink 1 or 2 cups of ginger tea a day. Well, sometimes I don't have time, you know, and if you're at work and you're busy and you can't make tea, that could sometimes be a problem. Also, there's people that don't necessarily like ginger tea, so if you make an extract out of it, then you can just use like a half a teaspoon a day. Put that in some other beverage that you like, and you're still getting those really good properties from the ginger. So this is already dried, and it's very strong. So I'm going to put a few in here, and I probably will fill this jar up all the way. Maybe one more. If you have any kind of inflammatory issues, arthritis or whatever, you really would want to try and drink ginger tea or take a ginger extract like this. Add it to a tea you do like, or juice, or whatever it is you want to add it to. It'll really help you out. And you can do this with other items too, other herbs. Shake it up. Now, because I didn't cut this ginger up, I'm probably going to let it set for at least 3 months. It's a good idea to label your jars. Okay, write the date on it, and then you're going to want to write the alcohol content. Every time you're doing extracts, you're going to want an alcohol that is at least 80 proof. 100%, 100 proof is better, but it's really hard to find that here in Wisconsin. So this is 80 proof. So you're going to just want to label what it is in your jar, the date you put it in there, and the proof you used. Just so everybody knows if they were to come across it, or if you forget or whatever. But that's all you have to do to make your extracts. They're super easy, and they'll save you a ton of money. You can do the same thing with mint, like peppermint. You can use fresh mint that you get from your garden. Just wash it, dry it off, and then as you're putting it in your jar, you're going to want to pack your jar at least halfway full when you use fresh items like that. Bruise the leaves so that the oils can be released, and then put in your vodka. You can also use dried mint, and that you would use a little less of than fresh. So I would say about a 1/4 cup of mint to 1 cup of alcohol. So I hope this helped you out. I hope I saved you some money. Watch the video. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe. That'd be awesome. It was nice talking to you, and you take care.